How's it going, everyone? Texas Man here. Hope that you guys are all having a spectacular day. If you guys would, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, make sure you guys hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. You guys can find me on Twitch at Douglas447. I stream there at least once a week, whether it's Tuesday or Friday, for things like Halo, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Destiny 2, X Defiant, things of that nature. And as always, if you guys have any movie shows or games you guys want me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. We are finally here, guys. We are here at the grand finale. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Return of the Jedi. So after this video is out, I will have done a review of all 9 of the Star Wars main films. So I will already have a review of episode 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6. I don't plan on doing a review for Rogue One or Solo, a Star Wars story. If you guys want me to do that, please let me know in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I'm going to be focusing on some other films and shows here on the channel. Star Wars Return of the Jedi is the film that properly concludes so much in such a short amount of time. The film came out in 1983, and it is the proper conclusion to the original trilogy, but it also is the conclusion to the events that happened in the prequels, and to me, the Star Wars saga as a whole. I will say this again, and I will die on this hill. You don't need to watch Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, or Rise of Skywalker. Okay? They are just worse versions of New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And if you don't like me saying that, too bad, but it's the truth. Ian McDiarmid makes his first appearance as Emperor Palpatine in the flesh. And his presence just offers a thrilling conclusion to the Star Wars story, with the likes of the death of Jabba the Hutt, the rescue of Han Solo. We get Luke having a green lightsaber. Somehow, that's not ever explained in this movie whatsoever. If you want an explanation as to, by the way, how a lightsaber is created and made, watch the Clone Wars show and Rebels, because that'll explain it. Which, when you watch Star Wars, Clone Wars, and Rebels, and you get that explanation, it makes no explanation as to how in the world Luke Skywalker has a green lightsaber in Return of the Jedi. They try to explain it in the fact that he built it, but in order for your lightsaber to actually work, you have to have a kyber crystal. He never gets a kyber crystal in Return of the Jedi, and it would also have to be a green kyber crystal, and kyber crystals are kind of rare, especially in this time period of the original trilogy, because if you watch Clone Wars and Rebels, you also understand that kyber crystals are the thing that powers the Death Stars. So the Empire has every single planet that has kyber crystals on them under their control, under lock and key. So I guess Luke Skywalker just, used his Jedi magic bullshit and broke into a planet and was able to find one green kyber crystal to make his lightsaber actually ignite. But that's never explained in this movie whatsoever. So it just happens for the sake of the film having to happen. So Luke Skywalker can have a lightsaber in the finale. Just saying. In case you're ever wondering how in the world he ever gets that green lightsaber, now you know. He had to have done something similar to that. We also get, in this film, the finale of a 3-way battle. So we get the Rebels and the Ewoks battling the Imperial troops on the planet of Endor. We also get that massive space battle, finally, that we've been gearing up for. And we also get the duel between Luke and Vader again, with the Emperor at the end being defeated at long last. And how he is defeated? He's defeated by the Chosen One! Anakin Skywalker gets redemption! Woohoo! You're probably thinking, but wait a minute, I thought Ray Skywalker, Ray Nobody is the Chosen One. Okay, this is why I don't want to say this again, but I'm going to have to. Do not watch Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, or Rise of Skywalker, because it completely destroys the ending of Return of the Jedi. Okay? Rey is not the Chosen One. She's just the last Jedi alive. Every time I think about that, it makes my head hurt and makes me want to explode. The Ewoks in this film, they are so cute. It is kind of funny, though, that these Ewok teddy bears are somehow more menacing and more militarily organized than the Empire and their stormtrooper army with all of their military technology. They are just obliterated by teddy bears with bow and arrows and boulders. Like, good grief, this Imperial military sucks. They can't even defend themselves against cute little teddy bears with rocks. It's just. Good grief! If the stormtroopers went up against the Wookiee army in Kashyyyk, the Empire would have been done with in a day. I do think, though, one of my biggest problems with Return of the Jedi is I wish that we got a glimpse into what happened with Luke, Leia, Han Solo, C-3PO, R2-D2, Chewbacca, Lando. I wish we got a glimpse to see how everybody that survived the finale battle, what did they do? Like, I wish we got to learn, where did they live? Did Luke and Leia actually, did Leia and Han Solo actually get married? Did they have children? The film kind of just ends. The Death Star is blown up. Everybody meets up on Endor, and they're kind of having this little celebration and whatnot. And we get to see the celebration take place on multiple planets, including Coruscant. But that's it. The film kind of just like dead ends, and it's like, that's it? They destroyed the Empire, and that's it. See, the thing is like, even though they destroyed the second Death Star and they killed the Emperor, and Vader's dead, the Empire still exists. Okay? And I think that's one of the weird things that The Force Awakens kind of did right, is it's like, okay, evil's not completely destroyed just because you killed its two main leaders. There's still an Imperial army out there, and I'm sure there's protocols and contingencies in case what happened at the end of Return of the Jedi happened. If that stuff happened, I'm sure there's contingencies as to what's supposed to happen and what the backup plan is and who's in charge now. Because the Emperor's dead, Darth Vader's dead, and Grand Moff Tarkin is dead. So whoever is fourth in command of the Empire was now first. And it's like, okay, you don't just kill the head of the leadership of an entire empire and you think you've solved every problem under the sun. That's just not realistic, okay? And I think it's kind of one of the funny things that we're seeing with a lot of the Disney Plus shows is how arrogant the New Republic is. It's like, well, we killed the Emperor, now the galaxy's safe. Duh, no! Don't work like that, yo! So I just wish that we got an extra 30 minutes or so showing what everybody would do after that. And like, would the entire Empire surrender because their leadership is dead? Would there be skirmishes across the galaxy? How would that work? What happens next? And we really don't get that. I mean, we get a little tease of that in like, the Ahsoka show and whatnot on Disney Plus, and we kind of see some of that in like the sequel trilogy. But there's a 30-year time gap between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. And I wish that 30-year time gap kind of would have been explained at the end of Return of the Jedi. Obviously, we get that with a bunch of other source material, movies, games, TV shows, books, comics. But a lot of people, a majority of people don't worry about that. So, like, if, you're 50 and older like my mom, you're like, she don't care. She's not going to worry about trying to figure it out. Like, I want to just watch a 2-hour film and see what happens. That's her mindset. And I think that should be the mindset for telling a compelling story, is not having to rely on other source material to fully understand and enjoy what's on screen. Hence why I have a problem with the prequel trilogy, is to fully understand and enjoy that, you have to watch the Clone Wars show. So, overall, I think Star Wars Return of the Jedi, it's not the best of the original trilogy, but it is still a good film. It is a very good enough conclusion. I want to stress that. It's good enough as being a conclusion to the Skywalker saga, to being a conclusion to the original trilogy, and also tying everything up in a nice, neat bow for the events that started off in the prequels. So I'm going to give it an 8.5. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an excellent day. I will see you guys all in the next video. May the Force be with you always. Bye, guys.